On a quiet suburban road, a sleek black coupe glides smoothly, its engine humming with a quiet authority. This isn't the typical muscle car roar, but beneath its formal, unassuming exterior lies a surprising secret. The 1987 Buick GNX, finished entirely in black, stood out not for flamboyance, but for an unexpected blend of sophistication and raw speed. At a glance, it resembled a conservative personal luxury coupe, a car more likely to ferry executives than dominate drag strips. Yet the GNX quickly earned a reputation as one of the quickest American production cars of its era, challenging preconceived notions about what a Buick could be. This transformation from a restrained Regal Grand National to a high-performance icon was no accident. It was the result of a carefully orchestrated effort involving Buick, ASC, and McLaren performance technologies, combining engineering precision with a bold vision. The GNX's striking black silhouette, complete with functional vents and flared arches, hinted at the power lurking under the hood. A turbocharged and intercooled 3.8-liter V6 that defied the muscle car norms dominated by V8s. As we explore how Buick navigated its conservative roots and the automotive climate of the 1980s, we'll uncover the story behind this remarkable car and why only 547 were ever built. Transition by hinting at Buick's conservative reputation and the automotive environment of the 1980s that led to the development of turbocharged V6 engines, setting up the next section. For decades, Buick built its reputation as a maker of refined, comfortable cars aimed squarely at the personal luxury market. Through the 1970s and early 1980s, Buick's lineup featured spacious family sedans and elegant coupes, embodying a conservative style that appealed to mature buyers seeking quiet sophistication rather than outright performance. These were vehicles designed for smooth cruising, not for racing or aggressive acceleration. But beneath this traditional image, a quiet revolution was taking shape within Buick's engineering corridors. The American auto industry of the 1980s faced a challenging landscape. Rising fuel prices, tightening emissions regulations, and changing consumer expectations forced manufacturers to rethink long-held formulas. Large displacement V8 engines, once the unquestioned heart of American performance and luxury cars, were increasingly scrutinized for their fuel consumption and environmental impact. Buick, ever mindful of its market and brand identity, sought a solution that could balance performance with efficiency and compliance. This led to an important strategic shift: the embrace of smaller, turbocharged V6 engines. Unlike the bulky V8s of the past, these turbocharged six-cylinder power plants offered the promise of potent acceleration and respectable power output while maintaining better fuel economy and meeting stricter emissions standards. Buick's engineers focused on refining a 3.8-liter V6 equipped with a turbocharger and intercooler to deliver spirited performance without sacrificing the smoothness and reliability expected from the brand. This approach aligned well with the company's conservative roots, allowing Buick to enhance its image with modern technology rather than abandon its established character. The development process was meticulous. Buick collaborated closely with outside specialists to optimize turbocharging technology, ensuring that the engine could deliver strong torque across a broad range of speeds. This turbocharged V6 was not just a stopgap. It represented a new direction for Buick's performance identity, challenging the assumption that American muscle required a V8 under the hood. As the decade progressed, these turbocharged V6 engines began to appear in Buick's rear-wheel drive Regal coupes, signaling a subtle but significant evolution. This set the stage for the emergence of the Grand National, a model that would take Buick's turbocharged V6 to new heights and capture the attention of enthusiasts nationwide. It was within this context, a conservative brand adapting to a rapidly changing automotive world, that Buick laid the groundwork for the 1987 GNX. The Grand National story, rooted in this shift toward turbocharged V6 power, would soon unfold, revealing how Buick transformed its image and performance capabilities in a decisive final chapter for the rear-wheel drive Regal. For Buick, this calculated embrace of turbocharging was more than a technical experiment. It was a measured response to the realities of the era. By refining forced induction within the familiar framework of the Regal, Buick demonstrated that innovation could coexist with tradition. The result was a new kind of American performance car, one that quietly challenged expectations while remaining true to the brand's established sense of refinement and restraint. Led into Buick's first turbocharged rear-wheel drive Regal Grand National models, establishing the foundation for the GNX and introducing the Grand National story. In 1984, Buick reintroduced the Grand National, a striking black coupe that quickly captured attention with its bold styling and turbocharged V6 engine. This was no ordinary Regal. The Grand National emerged as Buick's statement of performance during an era when muscle cars were evolving and turbocharging was carving a new path for American automakers. Its deep black paint, squared-off 1980s proportions, and subtle yet purposeful design elements set it apart from the more conservative models in Buick's lineup. Under the hood, the turbocharged 3.8-liter V6 was the heart of the Grand National's identity, offering a combination of smoothness and unexpected power that challenged the muscle car conventions of the time. While the factory-rated horsepower was modest compared to some V8 rivals, the Grand National's turbocharged engine delivered strong torque and a thrilling driving experience that quickly earned respect among enthusiasts. Through 1985, Buick refined the Grand National's setup, improving suspension and handling to better harness the turbocharged power. The car's reputation grew steadily, bolstered by its distinctive black-on-black appearance and the increasing buzz around turbocharged performance. By 1986, Buick introduced a significant upgrade, the addition of an intercooler to the turbocharged V6. This innovation reduced intake air temperatures, allowing for denser air charge and more efficient combustion. The result was a notable boost in power and responsiveness, propelling the Grand National into a new league of performance for American coupes. This evolution was not just about raw numbers. It was about transforming a personal luxury coupe into a credible performance machine that could compete with more traditional muscle cars and even some European sports cars of the era. The Grand National's progression from 1984 to 1986 set the foundation for Buick's most specialized and revered performance model yet. It demonstrated that a turbocharged V6 could deliver serious speed and that Buick was willing to push engineering boundaries to redefine its image. As the 1986 model year closed, anticipation grew for what Buick would do next with this platform. The stage was set for the final, most focused iteration of the Grand National lineage, a model that would encapsulate all the lessons learned and innovations introduced over the previous years. This was the moment when Buick would take the turbocharged V6 architecture and tune it to a level that shocked the American performance car scene. The intercooler upgrade of 1986 was a pivotal step, marking a clear transformation in the Grand National's capabilities and hinting at the extraordinary potential that lay ahead. For many enthusiasts, the Grand National's transformation during these years represented a bold departure from Buick's traditional image. The car's growing reputation was fueled not only by its performance, but also by the sense of mystery and exclusivity that surrounded its all-black appearance. As word spread about its capabilities, the Grand National began to attract a devoted following, eager to see just how far Buick would take its turbocharged experiment. And by introducing the 1986 intercooling upgrade that significantly boosted the Grand National's power and performance, preparing viewers for the GNX's final evolution. By 1986, Buick's turbocharged 3.8-liter V6 had already made waves, but it was the addition of an intercooler that truly marked a turning point for the Grand National. This wasn't just a minor tweak. It fundamentally changed how the engine breathed and performed. The intercooler's job was straightforward in concept, but profound in effect. It cooled the compressed air coming from the turbocharger before it entered the engine. Cooler air is denser, carrying more oxygen molecules, which means the engine could burn fuel more efficiently and produce more power without risking detonation or engine damage. This was crucial for a performance car aiming to push the limits while maintaining reliability. Technically, the 1986 Grand National's intercooler was a sizable heat exchanger placed right in front of the radiator, where it could benefit from the rush of fresh air. The turbocharger itself was upgraded with a ceramic turbine wheel, a material choice that helped reduce turbo lag and improve spool-up times. Alongside these hardware changes, Buick engineers revised the engine's calibration to optimize fuel delivery and ignition timing, taking full advantage of the cooler, denser intake charge. The result was a noticeable jump in both horsepower and torque, elevating the Grand National from a capable cruiser to a serious contender in the performance world. But it wasn't just about raw numbers. The intercooler made the power delivery smoother and more consistent, especially during repeated hard acceleration runs. This improved thermal management reduced the risk of overheating and turbocharger stress, issues that had limited earlier turbocharged V6 applications. The Grand National's reputation grew accordingly, earning respect from enthusiasts and journalists alike, who recognized its blend of muscle car spirit and modern forced induction technology. This transformation set important benchmarks. Performance tests from the era showed the 1986 Grand National achieving quicker acceleration and higher trap speeds than previous versions, making it one of the fastest American production cars of its time. These gains didn't come from simply increasing boost pressure, but from a more sophisticated approach to managing airflow and engine temperatures. The intercooler was a key piece of that puzzle. Moreover, the success of the intercooling upgrade influenced Buick's decision to create a final, even more specialized version of the turbocharged Regal platform. The groundwork laid by this 1986 enhancement proved that the 3.8-liter turbo V6 had untapped potential, ready to be fully realized. It was clear that the Grand National could evolve beyond its original concept, inspiring Buick to collaborate with outside specialists to push the car further. This set the stage for what would become the GNX, an exclusive, purpose-built machine designed to maximize the power and performance introduced by the intercooler and other technical innovations. The 1986 Grand National's transformation was more than just an upgrade. It was a statement that challenged the notion of American performance, showing that a turbocharged V6 could hold its own in a world dominated by V8 muscle cars. Segue into the introduction of the GNX project, highlighting the need for a final, specialized evolution of the turbocharged Regal platform. As the 1987 model year approached, Buick sought to craft a final, definitive evolution of its turbocharged Regal Grand National. The goal was clear: to push the limits of performance while preserving the car's distinct personality. This ambitious project brought together three key players: Buick, American Specialty Cars, ASC, and McLaren Performance Technologies, each contributing their expertise to transform a standard Grand National into the exclusive GNX. Every GNX began life as a fully assembled 1987 Buick Grand National, a sleek black coupe already known for its turbocharged V6 power. But the GNX was destined for something far more specialized. ASC, a company experienced in custom automotive conversions, took charge of the physical transformation. In their workshops, technicians meticulously modified each Grand National, fitting it with unique exterior features like functional front fender vents and wider wheel arches. Inside, the GNX received exclusive instrumentation and a numbered dashboard plaque, giving each car a distinct identity. Meanwhile, McLaren Performance Technologies, a separate entity from the British Formula One team or the later McLaren road car manufacturer, brought advanced engineering know-how to the table. Their role focused on elevating the Grand National's performance credentials through careful calibration and upgrades. This included refining the turbocharger system with a GNX-specific Garrett turbo featuring a ceramic turbine wheel, enhancing the intercooler, and revising engine management for improved power delivery. McLaren's input extended to optimizing the automatic transmission's calibration and cooling systems, ensuring the car could handle the increased performance demands reliably. Buick's own engineers oversaw the integration of these improvements, maintaining the car's rear-wheel drive layout and 4-speed automatic transmission. A specially designed rear suspension setup incorporating a torque arm system was also introduced to improve traction and control during acceleration. This collaboration was as much about precision and quality as it was about speed. The conversion process was labor-intensive and carefully managed, which played a significant role in limiting production to just 547 units. Of these, 500 were allocated to selected Buick dealers, with an additional 47 reserved for those in Buick's Select 60 program. The GNX was more than a simple upgrade. It was a carefully orchestrated partnership that blended Buick's production capabilities, ASC's craftsmanship, and McLaren's performance expertise. Together, they created a car that stood apart from the regular Grand National, Turbo T, and Regal T-type models. The result was a limited edition, black-clad coupe with distinctive exterior cues and enhanced mechanical components, all designed to deliver one of the quickest American production cars of its era. This collaboration set the stage for the GNX's technical story, where the turbocharged V6 and other performance enhancements would truly come into focus. For enthusiasts and collectors, the GNX's creation represented a rare convergence of engineering ambition and exclusivity. The careful balance between factory production and specialized conversion meant that each GNX carried a sense of purpose and rarity, qualities that would soon become central to its reputation among American performance legends. Led into a detailed explanation of the GNX's technical upgrades, including engine, turbocharger, intercooler, transmission, and suspension improvements. Peering into the engine bay of the 1987 Buick GNX reveals a carefully engineered power plant designed to push the boundaries of what a turbocharged V6 could achieve in an American production car. At its heart lies Buick's 3.8-liter V6, a robust and refined engine architecture that, while not a V8, delivered impressive performance that challenged conventional expectations. Officially, Buick rated the GNX's output at 276 horsepower and 360 pound-feet of torque. Yet, contemporary tests often suggested this was a conservative figure, with some evidence pointing to actual power levels exceeding these numbers. Still, performance varied depending on factors such as testing conditions and individual vehicle nuances, and these figures are best viewed as approximations rather than guarantees. Central to the GNX's enhanced performance was a turbocharger unlike any used before on Buick's Grand National models. Developed specifically for the GNX, this Garrett turbocharger featured a ceramic turbine wheel, a material choice that reduced rotational inertia and improved spool-up responsiveness. Complementing this was a larger intercooler, which cooled the compressed air more efficiently before it entered the engine, increasing density and reducing the risk of detonation. These upgrades, paired with revised engine calibration, optimized fuel delivery, and boost pressure to extract maximum performance while maintaining reliability. A low-restriction exhaust system further helped the engine breathe more freely, minimizing back pressure and enhancing power delivery. But the GNX's enhancements didn't stop at the engine. Recognizing the need to manage increased power and torque, Buick, in collaboration with ASC and McLaren Performance Technologies, implemented modifications to the 4-speed automatic transmission's calibration and cooling system. These changes improved the transmission's ability to handle the GNX's torque output and contributed to smoother, more precise shifts under demanding conditions. On the chassis side, the GNX employed a unique rear suspension setup featuring a torque arm system. This design aimed to improve traction by controlling axle movement during acceleration, reducing wheel hop, and enhancing stability. The result was a car that could put its power to the pavement more effectively than its predecessors, translating engine output into real-world performance gains. The GNX maintained rear-wheel drive, a traditional layout that balanced performance and driving dynamics in this era. Every component, from the turbocharger to suspension, worked in concert to transform the Regal's conservative roots into a focused, high-performance machine. While technical details can vary among historical sources, the overarching picture is clear. The GNX was a carefully crafted evolution that leveraged specialized engineering to push Buick's turbocharged V6 to new heights. This technical sophistication was a key part of the GNX's identity, setting it apart from the regular Grand National and other Regal variants. Next, we'll explore how these performance upgrades were matched by distinct exterior and interior design features that made the GNX instantly recognizable and underscored its special status within Buick's lineup. These engineering choices reflected a deliberate effort to create a truly distinctive final chapter for Buick's turbocharged rear-wheel drive era. Segue into the examination of the GNX's exterior and interior design features that visually distinguish it from the regular Grand National. Parked in a quiet suburban driveway, the 1987 Buick GNX immediately commands attention, not with flashy colors or oversized badges, but through a purposeful and restrained presence. Every original GNX was finished exclusively in black, a choice that not only honored the Grand National's iconic look, but also underscored the car's stealthy, serious character. This all-black exterior set the GNX apart from other Buick Regals and even the Grand Nationals of earlier years, signaling that this was no ordinary personal luxury coupe. One of the most distinctive exterior features are the functional front fender vents, subtle yet purposeful openings designed to aid in cooling and to hint at the performance lurking beneath the hood. These vents were unique to the GNX and offered a visual cue that separated it from the regular Grand National's smoother fenders. Moving along the body, the wider wheel arches are immediately noticeable. These flared arches not only enhanced the car's muscular stance, but also accommodated the wider black cross-lace 16-inch wheels, which contributed to improved grip and a more aggressive posture. The wheels themselves, finished in black to match the body, became a signature element, reinforcing the car's unified aesthetic while providing a nod to performance-oriented design. Badging on the GNX was deliberately understated. Unlike many performance cars that boast large, flashy emblems, the GNX featured subtle identification marks, small, tasteful touches that confirmed its identity to those in the know without overwhelming its clean lines. The overall effect was a car that looked purposeful and refined, rather than ostentatious. Stepping inside, the interior continued this theme of exclusivity, balanced with functionality. The GNX received special instrumentation, distinct from other Regal models, that provided the driver with precise and relevant information tailored to the car's enhanced capabilities. This included unique gauges and displays that reinforced the GNX's performance focus without sacrificing the comfort expected from a Buick. Perhaps the most collectible interior detail is the individually numbered dashboard plaque. Each GNX bore its own unique number, a tangible reminder of the car's limited production run of 547 units. However, it's important to note that the presence of this plaque alone does not guarantee authenticity. Many Grand Nationals have been modified or presented with GNX-style plaques over time, making verification essential for collectors and enthusiasts. Compared to the regular Grand National, Turbo T, or standard Regal, the GNX's aesthetic and interior details were carefully curated to mark it as a final specialized evolution. The black paint, functional vents, flared arches, distinctive wheels, and tailored interior components all combined to create a car that was unmistakably a GNX. These design choices reflected Buick's intention to craft a performance car that stood apart visually and mechanically, without resorting to superficial flash. As the curtain was about to fall on this generation of rear-wheel drive Regal, the GNX's unique appearance and interior details made a clear statement. They embodied a blend of subtlety and aggression, signaling to enthusiasts that Buick's final offering in this line was something special. This visual and tactile identity set the stage for the GNX's reception by the automotive press and car culture, where its performance and engineering would soon come under the spotlight. Transition to contemporary performance testing and the GNX's impact on car culture and automotive media without exaggerating claims. When the 1987 Buick GNX hit the test tracks, it quickly earned a reputation that extended well beyond its factory-rated numbers. Car and Driver's contemporary testing recorded a 0 to 60 miles per hour acceleration time of 4.7 seconds and a quarter-mile run in 13.5 seconds at 102 miles per hour. These figures place the GNX among the quickest American production cars of its time, a remarkable feat for a turbocharged V6 in an era dominated by V8 muscle. However, it's important to note that performance results varied across different publications, testing conditions, and individual vehicles. The GNX's factory rating of 276 horsepower and 360 pound-feet of torque was widely regarded as conservative, with some enthusiasts and testers suggesting the car delivered more power in real-world conditions. Still, Buick's official figures remain the most reliable reference point. This performance was achieved through carefully engineered enhancements, including a GNX-specific Garrett turbocharger with a ceramic turbine wheel, a larger intercooler, revised engine calibration, and a less restrictive exhaust system. The transmission also received tailored calibration and improved cooling to handle the increased output. Additionally, the car's rear suspension featured a GNX-specific torque arm design aimed at improving traction and control during aggressive acceleration. These mechanical improvements combined to deliver a driving experience that challenged the prevailing assumption that American performance cars had to rely on large displacement V8 engines. The GNX's impact extended beyond raw performance numbers. It arrived as a bold statement in the mid-1980s automotive landscape, where turbocharged six-cylinder engines were often viewed with skepticism by muscle car purists. By delivering serious speed and acceleration in a sleek black coupe, the GNX carved out a unique identity. Its distinctive exterior styling, with functional front fender vents, wider wheel arches, and black cross-lace 16-inch wheels, along with its exclusive interior appointments, set it apart in a crowded market. Demand for the GNX quickly outpaced supply, leading to significant dealer markups and a fervent following among enthusiasts. This limited availability only fueled its mystique and desirability, turning it into a sought-after collector's car within just a few years of its release. While the GNX did not claim to be the fastest car on the planet or to have outpaced every exotic or Corvette of the day, its combination of limited production, innovative turbocharged V6 power, and aggressive styling earned it a lasting place in American automotive culture. The GNX's legacy is one of challenging conventions and redefining what a muscle car could be in the 1980s. It demonstrated that performance and technology could come from unexpected places, and it remains a symbol of Buick's final focused effort to push the rear-wheel drive Regal Grand National platform to its limits. Understanding this context sets the stage for exploring why only 547 GNX cars were produced, the specialized conversion process they underwent, and how dealer allocation strategies contributed to the car's enduring reputation among collectors and enthusiasts alike. Lead into the explanation of why only 547 GNX cars were produced, including the conversion process and dealer allocation strategy, and how this scarcity shaped its collector reputation. By the time the 1987 Buick GNX rolled out, it was clear this wasn't just another Regal in black. Behind its striking exterior lay a highly specialized process that limited production to exactly 547 units. But why such a precise number? The answer lies in the collaboration between Buick, ASC, and McLaren Performance Technologies, and the way the cars were allocated to dealers across the country. Every GNX started life as a fully assembled 1987 Buick Grand National. From there, each vehicle was sent to ASC for an extensive conversion process that included the installation of the GNX-specific turbocharger, intercooler, revised engine calibration, upgraded transmission cooling, and a unique rear suspension setup. This transformation wasn't a simple factory assembly line task, but a careful, hands-on modification that naturally restricted how many could be completed within a limited time frame. Buick's dealer allocation strategy further contributed to the GNX's scarcity. Initially, 500 cars were distributed to select dealers who demonstrated the ability to sell and service these high-performance machines. Following that, an additional 47 GNX models were set aside for participants in Buick's Select 60 program, dealers meeting specific sales and service criteria. This tight control over distribution ensured the GNX remained exclusive, but also created a supply that struggled to meet the strong demand from enthusiasts eager to own Buick's final and most potent rear-wheel drive Regal. The combination of limited production and selective dealer allocation led to significant dealer markups, as buyers recognized the GNX's unique position in the market. However, this exclusivity also gave rise to a common challenge that persists today: distinguishing authentic GNX models from the many Grand Nationals modified to mimic the GNX's distinctive appearance. Black paint, front fender vents, flared wheel arches, and black cross-lace wheels are features often replicated. But an authentic GNX is more than just a look. True GNX identification relies on a combination of factors, including the presence of GNX-specific instrumentation, the individually numbered dashboard plaque, and documented provenance tracing back to the ASC conversion. It's important to note, though, that a numbered plaque alone does not guarantee authenticity. Careful verification of the car's history and original equipment is essential. This distinction matters because the GNX's historical significance is tied to its limited production run, its engineering pedigree, and its role as Buick's swan song for this generation of rear-wheel drive performance cars. In the end, the 547 original GNX cars represent a deliberate balance between engineering ambition and practical production realities. The specialized conversion process, combined with a focused dealer network, ensured the GNX remained a rare and coveted machine. This scarcity, along with its technical innovations and bold performance, has cemented the GNX's place in American automotive history as an enduring symbol of unconventional performance from the 1980s. For collectors and enthusiasts, this careful authentication process adds another layer of intrigue, making each verified GNX not just rare, but a documented piece of Buick's performance heritage. Transition to the concluding reflections on the GNX's enduring legacy as a symbol of unconventional American performance and 1980s nostalgia. As the sun sets over quiet suburban streets, a pristine black Buick GNX rests, its silhouette a timeless reminder of a unique chapter in American automotive history. The 1987 GNX marked Buick's final salute to the rear-wheel drive Grand National era, blending conservative styling with performance that defied expectations. Unlike the traditional muscle cars of its time, the GNX challenged the belief that American power meant a big V8 engine. Instead, it harnessed a turbocharged V6 to deliver astonishing acceleration and torque, carving out a distinctive place in the performance landscape of the 1980s. Its limited production run of just 547 cars, combined with exclusive dealer allocations and specialized engineering collaborations, made the GNX a rare and coveted machine from the start. Over the decades, this scarcity, paired with its striking black exterior and subtle but purposeful design cues, has elevated the GNX beyond a mere car. It has become a cultural icon, emblematic of innovation and boldness in a conservative era. Enthusiasts continue to celebrate its engineering achievements and the quiet confidence it exudes, proving that performance can come from unexpected places. The GNX's legacy is not just about speed or numbers. It's about a daring departure from the norm that still resonates today. What do you think made the GNX stand out most in the landscape of American muscle cars? If this story sparked your interest, consider subscribing for more deep dives into automotive legends. End with a slow fade out on the GNX's exterior silhouette, leaving viewers with a sense of the car's quiet yet powerful legacy.